Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to a Hearthstone video of all things, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you guys that are my subscribers, you may not know this, but I am actually a big fan of Hearthstone, and they recently released a huge expansion called Knights of the Frozen Throne. Well, they also released a free solo adventure. They've come out with paid ones in the past, and this one features the Lich King as the overall boss that just came out on week 3 of release. Now, I think most people thought they would only have to kill the Lich King to get the rewards, but that is not the case. I was surprised, and I'm not sure if other people knew this, but you actually have to beat the Lich King, who is extremely difficult with all 9 classes to get the ultimate reward. And this is going to be a guide on how to do that for the vast majority of the classes. There are a few that this doesn't work with, like the Druid, because the Lich King destroys all 3 cost and lower minions in your deck. And also the Mage might be a little tricky. I haven't messed with the Mage too much, but for the vast majority of the classes, this is an easy way to beat the Lich King. So the idea here is actually pretty simple. You only need 5 cards, and just the rest of your deck is going to be big bodies, big 8/8s, 8/9s, 10/10s, whatever you can fit. So basically all you need is 2 stubborn gastropods, 2 alarmobots, yeah, you remember that card, and if you really want to hone this one on in, if you really want to win easily, you want to put in a Yashiraj Rage Unbound as well. Although I don't think you need that one, because if I remember correctly, I did beat the Lich King with the warrior, but it's definitely going to help you out much more if you do have a Yashiraj. So you remember with the older solo adventures, we always had to mulligan for certain cards with the harder bosses, such as Kel'Thuzad and Taunt Strats and things like that. Well, we have to do the same thing here. You want to mulligan for, ideally, best case scenario, Stubborn Gastropod, Alarmobot, and Yashiraj, but any combination of usually 2 out of 3 of those will work, because you just want to play those out because you might draw one of the other cards that you need. But best case scenario is that you have a Stubborn Gastropod, you have an Alarmobot, and you have a Yashiraj in your opening hand. You will always go first, and then the Lich King will follow up with his huge, super OP spell depending on what class you're playing. So basically, turn 1 you're going to pass, turn 2 you're going to play the Stubborn Gastropod, and really hope that he plays the 0/5 that destroys itself as well as a random enemy minion, because then you can just kill that off with the Gastropod for free. And then turn 3 you're going to drop the Alarmobot, and ideally you bring out Yashiraj, and then you start bringing out more and more stuff. But you might also just bring out some big bodies, which is okay as well. And that's basically it. Basically, you create so much board presence, so much pressure, that it's just too much for the Lich King, even given all of his BS cards and all his BS, basically, all of his bullshit. Yeah, and so you just keep pressuring the board nonstop. The one thing that can beat this is if he uses multiple anti-magic shells, because that will make his board, about equal yours as well. Also, keep an eye out for turn 7, because he will always equip Frostmourne, although it's not that big of a deal, especially if you've got some taunts in the way that he can waste his swings on. You want to kill off all of the spirits as quickly as possible, because then you can start pressuring his face again. This strategy has worked out well for all of the games that I've played, pretty much, as long as you get the right opening hand. Even with the warrior, even when playing as the warrior, because the Lich King gets 100 armor, you would think that would be much more difficult. But you get all of these big cards, especially if you get Ysera, and if you get the Lich King, you'll get your own anti-magic shells, and you can start buffing up your minions. It's just really kind of like a 50-50 shot, if you have the opening hand, who wins the tempo. So you can see here, with the Rogue, I got a little bit too cocky, and I tried to go for face, hoping that he wouldn't have any answers. He did, and he killed me, but a few games later, I was able to bring in the victory for the Rogue, securing my 5th win against the Lich King, and that just leaves 4 more classes, and obviously the ultimate reward for beating him with every class. So I wish you guys luck. This strategy is pretty simple and pretty cheap. Obviously, Yashiraj is going to cost the most if you don't have it, because it is a legendary, but the Stubborn Gastropods and the Alarmobots, either you have them or they're pretty cheap to create. So I wish you guys luck. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
There must always be a Lich King.